wonderful day. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the Pacific Northwest. I think we are in our false summer. Every year it gets really nice and sunny at the beginning of spring and we're like, yay, the good weather's here. And then that lasts for a while and then it rains again. So I think this is our false summer right now, but I'm really enjoying it. It has been beautiful. And I've got some fun pieces to celebrate fall, summer, real summer, spring, all of it. I've got some really beautiful Zola Elements. These pieces are so trendy, so in style, fashionable, fashion forward. They're really fun. And they're 35% off right now. Today's the last day to save 35% on these Zola Elements focals, and I really love them. So I'm very excited to share them with you. And I'm seeing some comments coming in. So if you're watching at artbeads.com/live, I will be able to see your comments while we're live here. Michelle from the Art Beads team says good morning. Susanna, good morning. Paulette, hello. Sharon in Arizona, good to see you again. Yes, I had a little surprise live yesterday. Kat, good morning. Beverly in Colorado, good to see you. Denise H, hello, good to see you as well. Yay, you made it. Yay, thank you guys so much for commenting. Angie from Utah, hello, good to see you. So I am pairing Zola Elements focals with some 2-hole Ginkgo beads today. I thought it'd be fun to show the simplicity of the Zola Elements and that stylish simplicity paired with some of the more intricate little bead weaving details you can add in with something like seed beads and Ginkgo beads. So I think that's going to be fun. I can show you the sample. This is what we're going to be making here today. I made some cute little earrings. So this little fun triangle piece is the Zola Elements piece. This is 35% off, and I've got other examples to show you on my bead tray. And I just did a little simple Ginkgo bead weaving above it, combined those for some really fun, stylish earrings. They're also like that color of the year, that mocha mousse color. So really, really fun. So that's what we're going to be making today. Hi from Reno, Tori. Good to see you. So that's super fun. So again, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and you want to be able to interact live, definitely head on over to artbeads.com/live. I'll be able to see your comments. You can send those little hearts that I see floating up on the screen. Thank you so much. And best of all, you'll be able to shop the show while you watch. So as I'm using these products, they will pop up on the screen and you can hit or click that, add them to your cart. There's also a little shopping bag on the screen that you can hit or tap, and you can see everything that I'll be talking about there, including some other fun Zola Elements pieces that are on sale today and all of the supplies I've used, everything. So definitely head on over to artbeads.com/live if you're not here already. Yes, Ginkgo beads are so fun, and once you get used to them, they're pretty easy to use. And what we're showing here today is super easy, and you can expand on that too, make it a little more intricate, but this is very approachable. So let's dive in to the Zola Elements. All right, I'm going to flip my camera. Whee! Alrighty, so there's our nice little tray that we're working with here today. So this is what we're going to be making, as I showed before. So here's a nice up close look at that. I love, let me adjust the lighting here too so we get a little bit more lighting there. There we go. I love that look of that Zola Elements triangle. Just very trendy, very stylish. And we've got all kinds of different options for Zola Elements too, which is great since they're all 35% off. I love these, that little combo of the wood and then the peachy little color below. I think that is so stylish. And these are so easy to use, right? Like just add some jump rings and an ear wire, and those are really great earrings. And a lot of these come in packs of 2, so you're all ready for earrings. You don't have to worry about buying the right amount. A lot of these do come in packs of 2, so that's very nice. And I love those. Those are so fun. Loving those longer like column shapes. So this one is a nice like clear piece with the gold flakes in there. I think that's very elegant, regal, fashion forward, and you've got that stringing hole up there. And then we also have the blue option. which is really fun. This just reminds me of like the ocean with those sandy colors and then the tropical blues. So really lovely. This one definitely plays into that tortoise shell trend. You've got those fun colors and patterns. And then this one is a really fun one. You've got a hole here, a hole there, and then a hole at the bottom. So this would be a great earring with a little dangle. I'd put some chain up here. Great necklace statement piece. Julie was making necklace statement pieces with Zola Elements yesterday. If you want to catch up on that live video, so many great options for these. And these are similar to that one, just different colors. I really like the colors here. So fun and playful. These could be even really good like bracelet ends too. That might be interesting. Or do some like chain here, earring up here, dangled on here. That would be really fun. You could do some maybe bead weaving in between those. Along similar lines, you've got this piece, that fun curved piece, hole here, hole here, hole here. So all kinds of fun things you can do. And then you've got this fun disc shape with a hole up here and a hole up here. And this one looks very magical. So wow, loving the colors in that. So what I'm going to be showing you here today, you could absolutely do with other Zola Element pieces. So you could switch this out for that. You could switch this out here, maybe put this in the middle of two of these, whatever you want. There's a lot of leeway here, a lot of room to have fun and play. That would be pretty too. I'm going to be using this triangle piece. And again, these come in packs of 2. So you're all ready for earrings. I've got my 2-hole Ginkgo beads. I've got this wonderful Bondelli cocoa color, and these come in tubes, so you have enough to play around with. And then I'm using size 11 seed beads in this gorgeous copper lined crystal color. I love the glow of that. I've got some nice brass leatherback earrings. I feel these are really nice to use with components like this. And then the jump rings I'm using are actually from a Findings variety pack that comes in this container, but in the pack that we have available, you get 4 different finishes. So you're set for all of your projects. I just wanted to highlight that here because it is a fairly new product that we have available, and it's super handy to stock up with. Keep your stash well stocked with this Findings variety pack. But of course, you can use different jump rings too if you don't want to go for the whole Findings variety pack. Using a tulip beading needle as well. Tulip beading needles are my favorite. I'm using a shorter one, a sharp one here today. Sharp usually means short in the needle world. And then I've got some Toho 1G thread in a color that matches all of the components I'm working with here today really nicely. So that is what we're working with. And all we have to do right now to get this started is we're going to weave these Ginkgo beads together. So I've kind of lined them up. They nest really well. And remember that the stringing holes run vertically through these pieces. So there's one stringing hole, there's another stringing hole. So to get started, I'm going to go through this left stringing hole of my bottom Ginkgo. Going to go through the right stringing hole of this middle Ginkgo, and then the left stringing hole of the top Ginkgo. And I'm just going to pick those up for now. And Eric's here. Hello, Eric. Good to see you. If you're just joining us, like Eric, we are making some fun earrings, combining those trendy Zola Elements that are 35% off with some 2-hole Ginkgo beads and seed beads for a fun little mix of pieces. So we have picked up our Ginkgo beads in the correct order. What I'm going to do before I go back down through that second stringing hole is I'm going to pick up 3 of these seed beads here. So 3 seed beads are on my needle, and then I'm going to go down through that second stringing hole of my top Ginkgo. There we go. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up that last Ginkgo bead and go down through the left stringing hole, and then we can come back down through that right stringing hole of our bottom Ginkgo bead. There we go. And then you can tighten that up. And we want to make sure that we have a little bit of a tail here. I think that's a good length of tail for this. And then we're just going to add our seed beads to the edges. So I'm going to pick up 4 of these and see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. And come through. So I've got 4 seed beads on there. Let's see. I think I actually want 5 because you've got that point at the bottom of the ginkgo. So I think that'll work better with the shape that we're going through here. So I'm going to go through, back through that left hole of that bottom ginkgo, back up here. And then we'll be exiting up at the top of that top ginkgo again. There we go. Oh yeah, 5 was perfect. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm coming up out of this stringing hole. I'm going to go back through those 3 seed beads at the top. Keep catching on the edges of my little beading tray here. Now I'm going to pick up 4 of these seed beads. Yay, Sharon, so good to see you. Was yesterday your first time ever watching our live videos, Sharon? Let us know. Okay, so I've got 4 seed beads here, and then I'm going to go down through this right stringing hole of this ginkgo bead. There we go. I'm trying to be proactive with my thread here. There's little I use my Travel Bead Buddy Junior, and it has hinges because it's two-sided, like a little two-sided briefcase of beading trays. And sometimes the thread catches on those, but that's okay. We'll just be proactive about that. So pull that tight. Yes, that's looking good. Oh, okay. No, I watch all the time. Just join the Facebook group. Oh, yay. Yeah, the Facebook group is really great. Our Facebook group for serious art beaters is where you can share things that you've made if you've been inspired by these live videos, if you're using our products, or if you just need design help. It's a great community of makers, jewelry designers in there. We love seeing what you guys are making. So yeah, great Facebook group. So I've picked up 4 more. And I'm going to go through these seed beads that I added down here at the bottom. There we go, looking good. And then I'm going to go back through these seed beads that I already added on this side. So now we're just putting the seed beads around our little ginkgo diamond, I like to call it. All right, and then we're going to do 4 more. Go up through there. Oh, that's funny. You would never guess this is how you do this. Yeah, it's just kind of weaving around a lot, making a lot of loops and just following the path of the beads to get them all in place. And I have made a little loopy here that I didn't want. Let's see what's happening here. I think my thread got tangled up in there, so we will fix that. There we go. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? I don't know what I did, so I'm going to take my needle off my thread and redo that. I probably got distracted by looking at the chat. Yeah, this thread just got tangly. Okay, so 2 of the beads fell off, but that's okay. We can put them back on. This is the great thing about bead weaving is if you get in a little bit of a pickle like that, you can take your needle off and unthread that last step you did to kind of reset. Oh, my dog is unhappy. Okay, and then we pick up those 2 that we lost. Okay, so we're back to, we added the 4. Yeah, we've definitely had practice working and reading comments. Okay, so back to adding the 4 and going back through that outside stringing hole on that ginkgo bead. There we go. That one worked nicely. And then what we're going to do from here is add 4 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And then we're just going to go back through those seed beads that are already added there. So this looks cool by itself too, but on my first one, I did add seed beads here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through these seed beads here, all of the seed beads I've added so far on this upper side. And then to connect these two pieces, I'm going to add 3 seed beads and come down through these ones on the bottom. So now we're just kind of circling back through the seed beads we've already added and adding those 3 seed beads to the side. Just like that. Yay! And that's our tail. We'll move that out of the way. So then we're going to come back through all of these seed beads down here. Add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. And I'm going to go through all of these seed beads a couple times because that's going to help reinforce that shape a little bit more. So let's just go through these a couple times. And then we're ready to secure our threads. We've made our little diamond shape, correct? Are there different ginkgo colors on the site? Yes, we have a lot of different ginkgo bead colors. Some are a little more subdued and matte, like the one I'm working with today, this nice cocoa color. We have like iridescent looking ones. There are all kinds of different colors of ginkgos available, and it really can change up how weaves like this look. So I could use a different combo of ginkgos and seed beads and it would completely change the look of this. So you really can, once you like figure out how to do this, just get different bead colors and you can really switch up the look and feel of a project while still using those same techniques. So that's really, really fun. Okay, so let's go through these beads a few more times. It helps the shape. Alrighty. So that is looking good. There we go. Oh, look at that. So now we're ready to attach some components. So since I'm back up at the top, I'm going to make sure I'm going back up through that center bead at the top of my little ginkgo pendant. And there is definitely like an up and down orientation to this piece. I want to make sure that I'm attaching components in the same direction. So like my curves are facing upwards on this piece. I want to make sure that one's doing the same. I mean, if you like asymmetrical, you could do that. That would be kind of fun. It's really up to you, but I'm just going to make sure that they're both facing the same way. Yay! I'm so glad you're loving the Zola components. They're really fun. You can use them in so many different ways. Again, definitely watch Julie's show from yesterday. She made some fun statement necklaces with the Zola Elements. All right, so I'm picking up this medium-sized jump ring that I have, and before I stitch that on, I'm going to use my chain nose pliers to make sure that this jump ring is closed all of the way by giving it a good little twist. So it's closed all of the way. You could use a closed jump ring for this one too, since we're adding another jump ring on to attach our ear wire. All right, and so I'm coming out of the center, that top center seed bead there. I'm adding my jump ring that I just closed to the thread, and I'm coming out of this side of the seed bead. I'm going to loop around and come through the other side to loop that jump ring on to the piece. There we go. And I'm going to do that again several more times to keep everything strong and sturdy. Because you're going to be wearing these, so you want to make sure they hold up. So do that a couple times. So I'm going through that jump ring. And looping around through that center seed bead. I'll do it one more time for luck. Gonna go through that seed bead or that jump ring and back down around through that center seed bead. There we go. All right. So that's all ready to add the ear wire. We will do that in a bit, but I'm going to attach my triangle piece from Zola Elements to the bottom. So I'm going to position my thread and needle, going back through all of those seed beads in our frame until we get to that bottom one. There we go. And this one looks like it's at the center of the point. Okay, so now we're in position to add our triangle. So I'm going to use the biggest jump ring that I have, and I am going to open that up. And attach my little triangle, and then close. Yes, so the jump ring I used here is a 6mm one. This one is a bit bigger. This one, I'm going to guess Michelle probably has the actual size, so I'm going to let her say what the size is. I don't have the sizes on me right now. But yes, it is in a variety pack. Yeah, this one's larger. So this one, I believe, is the 6mm. Okay, so we've attached our triangle to the jump ring, and now this one, we don't need to attach an extra jump ring because this is oriented the way I want. I want the triangle to be facing flat out like the little beaded pendant that I just made. So when we attach it with just that jump ring, it works. So we are going to bring our thread and needle through that jump ring we just attached. Whoops. There we go. And then just like we attached that jump ring at the top, we're going to come back around through the other side of the seed bead that the thread is exiting from to make a little loop. Get my finger out of the way. There we go. And then again, do that several times. So it is strong. So going through the jump ring and then looping back around through the seed bead. There we go. Back through the jump ring. Loop back around through the seed bead. Whoops. See, I keep hooking those hinges. Back around through the seed bead. There we go. All right. So I think we have attached everything that we need to attach directly to the bead weaving. We can finish off these threads. So I'm going to go back through some of these seed beads. There we go. I'm going to go back through this one, these two. And here, let me get this tail thread out of the way. So here we're like right above one of these stringing holes for the ginkgos. I like to kind of go back through those just to like add some strength to the weave that we've got going within our beads. And I'm actually, between these beads, I'm going to make a knot. So I've come under the thread where all of these beads are connected. And then I'm going to make a little loop like that and then go through that loop to make just a little knot, just to secure everything in place. And then we can kind of go back through some of these seed beads. There we go. And then now I'm like here, we can go back this way. Just kind of follow the thread path through some of these beads a few extra times. Make a knot here and there. So I'm going to come up here and make a knot too. Tulip needles are really sturdy. They're great. I love them so much. So I'm going to make a knot here. So I'm going back under that thread to make a little loop. And then bringing my needle through that loop I just made to make a little knot. And then when you feel comfortable, you can trim your thread. But if you make a knot, don't trim the thread right next to the knot. Go through a couple beads again. So I'll go through these seed beads and then trim. Whee! There we go. So I'm going to trim my thread right there. I've got my tulip scissors so we can get really close. There we go. Oh, looking so good. And then we just have to do the same thing with our tail thread. Yes, they are the best for bead weaving. And Tulip also makes like cross stitch needles, and they're the best cross stitch needles too, because I do some cross stitch and oh my gosh, I can never go back after using them. Tapestry needles. Yes, tapestry needles for cross stitch. Really good. So I'm just going to make a knot here with my tail thread. Catch under that thread coming out of the ginkgo and then pulling the thread through that loop I've made. Knot that and then bring them through some of these seed beads and trim. There we go. Okay. And then we'll trim that. There. And then all we have to do now is attach that leatherback earring with the smallest jump ring in the trio. All right, and then we're going to open that up. And the nice thing about this design is it's the same on the front and the back. So you don't have to worry about which direction is facing forward because they're universally the same on each side. So we'll add that. And there we go. We have got a lovely pair of earrings. Oh, I really like those. And we did that in under 30 minutes, which is amazing. We did some bead weaving, we did some jump ringing, and you have got this lovely, stylish piece that looks super intricate, super eye-catching and trendy. So loving the combo of those Zola Elements and the Ginkgo Beads. I love to pair because it's really simple to use these. You could just skip this entire step and just add these to your ear wire and that would look amazing. But sometimes it's fun to play around with your beads too and combine them with something simple like that. So all kinds of different things you can do with the Zola Elements pieces. You can go big, go really intricate, go detailed, or just go quick and fun and easy, and you still have a high-end looking piece. These are great for gift giving, making jewelry for your friends, or if you're selling at craft fairs, I think these would be really popular. Super great. So loving the Zola Elements, and they are 35% off right now. And today is the last day of that sale. So definitely check that out. And if you're watching at artbeads.com/live, make sure you add all those beautiful Zola Elements to your cart along with the pieces needed for this project because they're really pretty. Let me flip the camera and I'll show you what they look like on. They turned out so cute. All right, flipping the camera. Oh, I'm glad you guys like them. Flipping the camera back this way and adjusting. There we go. Okay, let's see what these look like on. So, and hopefully my ears play nicely because my piercings, they're not always nice to me. That one in particular is the worst. There we go. Ooh, I love, that's so pretty. Get the light up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, these are really cute. And again, using different colors would totally change the vibe. They match my shirt too. Yes, I do have a bezel video on our YouTube channel. Beautiful. Look at that. These turned out so good. Yes, and the Zola Elements are going fast. So if you have items in your cart, don't forget to complete your order and check out before the show ends, because we do have limited quantities on these Zola Elements. And these are really lightweight too. They're so perfect for earrings. So, oh my gosh, I really like how those turned out. Yeah, they match my shirt perfectly. I think we get in those like subconscious like color patterns, because I just threw this shirt on this morning, wasn't really thinking. I forgot that I had like used those same colors for this project. So I think we get into those color patterns, and I think they like subconsciously stick in our brains, because I did not plan that. But I like these colors, obviously. But they're really nice colors. They're warm for fall. They work for summer. Super cute. So I really like how those turned out. So I'll be wearing those tonight. I'm going to go to trivia tonight. So I'll be wearing those with my shirt here. So that looks really cute. So that's how you can combine your Zola Elements with some seed beads. Again, you could totally switch up the Zola Elements that you add there. Like I think those would be really cute in there, totally. Or you could do those longer columns, and I think, oh yeah, that would be really cute too. And if you really like this little combo and you want to do more of that, you could make a matching bracelet too. So make like several of these and then link them together in like a little diamond pattern, or just do one of these again and put it on a chain. That would be really cute too as a bracelet. So all kinds of different things you can do with those Zola Elements. So I'm so glad you guys liked this project. It was really fun to come up with, because these pieces are just so fun to work with, and they're so trendy, stylish. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that this has inspired you, and I hope you get some of those Zola Elements pieces at a wonderful price. Remember, that sale is ending tonight, and then Sarah will be live tomorrow with even more fun. And if you want more Zola Elements inspiration, definitely check out that video Julie Bean did yesterday, where she made some statement necklaces with Zola Elements. That is available for you as well. And this video will be available too, so you can come back and rewatch to get that little technique down on making your cute little beaded focal. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, thank you, Mary, for your energy. You guys inspire me, and it's so good to see your guys' comments and what you guys make in the Facebook group. So thank you guys always for interacting. It's always a good time with you guys in the chat. So hope you have a great day and a wonderful rest of your week and a good weekend. I will see you next